talk a little bit about what your strategy was and what you were thinking, hoping to accomplish.
Primarily just to show a heightened duty on the part of the casino, because we figured the guy was a pervert. We're behind the 8 ball to begin with, so a heightened duty. It's undefined. Kind of go from there, and then I blame all of these guys for the Trump deal. That was all them.
The Trump thing went over like my Oprah thing did. So one thing I was just curious about was, in your situation, the expert, really you let him talk quite a bit. You had Justice Medina here, right? You might have said, Your Honor, he's not answering my question, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Should have said non-responsive, objected, but it kind of got thrown because I wasn't expecting, one of those, back in law school, we called them the Flory objections, where you go on kind of off script, because we didn't have a lot of background. We didn't have the direct examination. And so we had a lot of facts that were just missing. And I think maybe we could coordinate it better to, outline some, parameters.
it's always good to throw in an objection just to throw off a witness that's just kicking your backside.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think about lawyers that say, he's not answering the question, make him answer the question?
Well, first of all, you have to give it a legal objection. And if it's not a legal objection, I wouldn't rule. Speaking objections don't work, so objection non-responsive. And then if you want to add a comment, that's fine, but objection non-responsive, or whatever your objection may be.
And is your predilection to let them talk a little bit, or you sustain those objections?
Well, my role as an umpire, as a trial judge, I sit back and let the witnesses speak to your own peril. And if you're not smart enough to make an objection, then so be it. So.
Okay. And I know that your focus was, at least I was very impressed with the idea of what I call making a mountain out of a molehill, to identify all of the things that he hadn't done. Interestingly, though, the question about the makeup kind of went both ways on the juror. One juror found it persuasive and one didn't. But just your comments.
I thought that was a great question. I got to give credit to Aileen Schwartz here. She, I believe, is the one who in the group session mentioned that, and I thought it was really good. We focused a lot in the war room on, maybe wrong on the credit, I hope not. We focused a lot on the analytics. We had seen the video for the first time, the way it rotated, what effect that had. Of course, we had a lot of questions about methods used, whether there had been simulations and the weight of the dummies, matching exactly the occupants in the different positions. Things, frankly, we just didn't have in this hypothetical situation that you normally would have had in the real-life situation after a direct examination and so forth. So I'd say the video really helped us key in on things and talk through it in the war room back there, as I call it.
I'll also say that both of the expert witnesses were excellent, because after all, in this simulation, if done right, you may be relegated to yes, 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 but each of you find your opportunities to get a jab in, to make your points. I thought it was well done. Well, thank you all, gentlemen. I think that the Times will empanel the next panel and then finish the day that way.
Thank you very much, guys. Good day.